What up, Hyperchange?
Here's a different one to react to.
Today, I've got a Seattle snack.
My boy Gally Russell.
Join the show. Josh, what up? How you doing today?
Great, awesome. Thanks for having me.
Hyperchange.
I'm an investor in his awesome snack company, South40 Snacks, and I thought it would be really cool to have a discussion about what it's like to build a snack startup, working in the food industry.
Interesting.
These are products that we touch every day. Like we consume them, they're part of our daily lives, but they don't get the hype and the shine of like, what's the new AI company worth $100 billion, losing gazillions of dollars. So I'm excited to kind of dive into the snack industry. So you originally started out, I think, as a newscaster, and then started Holly Snacks, which is like was a big success, famous snack company maybe people have heard about. But
oh man, he started that snack. I've had those. I know about that. Sahali Snacks.
Decide to go into the snack industry and like make this.
Yo, wait a second. Yeah. So this dude sell his snack company, Sahali Snacks, and then he just went and started up a whole nother snack company. Whoa.
Well, I mean, this snacking is, people snack more than they sit down and eat meals, right? It used to be 3 square meals a day, maybe not a lot of food in between. Now people graze throughout the day. So snacking is a huge opportunity. It's a huge growing industry.
Which, I hate to say it, but what I've been learning recently is that snacking throughout the day is actually not that good. It's not good for your metabolic health. At least that's the path I've gone down as far as with intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. I'm actually going to try to do some more prolonged fasts while I'm on this trip. But that could also be a product of the lifestyle that I'm moving into. When you're living in a car on the road, traveling a lot, it's easier to eat less often, less frequently. I suppose it could be easier to just snack more too, because snacks are inherently less messy. But if you only eat 1 meal a day, it's a lot more convenient if you're living in a car.
It's also, kind of what really attracts me to the industry is innovation, and kind of bringing innovation to the category, the broad category of snacking. And within the snack food category, obviously, there's lots of subcategories of, from salty snacks to natural snacks to you name it. And I think that it's,
Before we continue with this, I just want to give a shout out. Gally's the fucking goat, man. Gally's a goat. Like, there's so many people who got caked up because of Gally, caked up on this whole Tesla adventure, full self-driving. I mean, I got into investing into Tesla before I ran into Gally, but many of his videos, like, over the years, reaffirmed my conviction of wanting to stay in Tesla, wanting to double down, get in more, and yeah, he's an OG of this Tesla community. Mad respect to him. Super interesting to see him become like a VC, like his whole like online journey. It's a dope dude.
Foodie, I love food.
Met him once. He's cool as hell in person too.
Cooking, I love great tasting food, and I think there is literally a dearth of great tasting food in the snacking world.
For sure.
There's a lot of innovation, but there's just not a lot of delicious food.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think that's kind of the opportunity. That was the opportunity we found with Sahali Snacks, really kind of looking at the trail mix category and trying to figure out, well, how do we elevate that? And I think we did so, and in the process really kind of created a whole new category of nut snacks that didn't really exist before. And I think, similarly, we're in the bar category now, building out a platform of nutritious bars. And there too, I think there's just an opportunity. And in our case, it's very much kind of about back to basics, like less ingredients, less highly processed.
I recently learned about, there's this Native American food I think it was called pemmican. And it's like they would make an amalgamation of their different nuts and grains that they would harvest in the wild together with like bison fat and dried bison or something, and it would become bars. And as far as I know, or as I've heard of, it sounds like it's like like the earliest form of the snack bar that we know of. Makes me wonder if anyone is gonna try to turn that into a product. I have to look that up, double check it. I'm trying to remember where I learned about that from. Pemmican. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. Pmmican. Huh. It would be interesting because for the most part, everyone wants like nut products, fruit products, and beef jerky products or dried meat products. They're all very separate. And to the extent that they sometimes overlap, you might sometimes get some nut with your fruit, but you rarely ever combine the third category of the beef or the dried meat product with the others. So I don't know, that could be an interesting space. I'm curious if anyone's ever tried to commercialize that.
Processed ingredients.
I have to look it up
Really
after this
kind
video.
of back to basics in terms of, not only ingredients people know, but minimally processed ingredients that are delicious.
Yeah, and I think that hits on such a big trend because I'm always thinking like the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. So how many things do we eat per day that are processed, that are bad for us, where we don't really know the nutrition or we don't know where it comes from? Like that seems like a huge...
Or we know the nutrition and it's just empty calories.
So I
It's
love
like
that you're
just
focusing
stupid
on
sugar
that.
bombs, man.
So before we get into South40, your new startup, can we talk about South40? Because that's, when I say snack industry legend,
Yeah.
I actually mean it. Like you sold your company, started it and then sold it to Smuckers, had a big exit there, and just saw a lot of success. So I'm curious if you could give us like a crash course on like your South40 journey and what you learned. On that.
It's always
I
it's
think
always
we kind of
impressive to
looked
see
at-
guys like this who've like done it. Like Gally said, he's a legend. He had a huge exit. He's probably caked the fuck up. Like, man, what keeps you going? Once you've gotten like a grip like that, man, you probably got like six-figure. No, what am I talking about? Six-figure, like 8-figure exit. Like, where does the appetite to continue to come from and to go right back into the same space?
Mix and saw raisins and peanuts and M&Ms and just wasn't that tasty. And so, at South40 we got very complicated. We brought sort of chef-inspired recipes and, made really quite complex snacks in a way.
Yeah.
In terms of,
I mean, they're good. I've had them. They're fucking dope.
Elevating trail mix. I think in this case, it's really more back to basics. So, our products have typically 4 ingredients in our nut bars. Our fruit bars have 1 or 2 ingredients typically. So it's really kind of an opposite approach. When we look at our packaging, it's all about simplicity and transparency. I'd like to think that we're kind of taking both of those concepts, simplicity and transparency, next level.
Yeah, totally.
Certainly some of our predecessors had a huge impact doing so. Kind Bar, for instance, 15 years ago, were with their clear, mostly clear bags, and RX Bar is another great example, kind of really outlining, what's in the bars. And I'd like to think we're kind of taking it next level. And consumers connect with that. To your point, they want to know what they're putting in their bodies.
Yeah.
And it's certainly,
you see the clear packaging, and I feel like not a lot of people appreciate like how much goes into this from like a tech standpoint of like keeping it fresh, making sure there's not all these crazy ingredients, preservatives, which I feel like there's a gazillion corners to cut in the bar industry or even just food industry in general. So how do you balance like trying to bring that transparency without cutting the corners that
literal transparency?
Yeah, well, I think
in terms of that packaging,
it all starts with
see what you did there, Gally.
Right? It all starts if you look at the pistachio bar. Yeah. I mean, it's clear what this is. I mean, those are pistachios. Those are beautiful, in this case, Turkish pistachios. Our slogan is "What you see is what you eat," and like we mean it. There's no question.
Turkish
this is a pistachio bar. There's no question.
Wow.
This is a cashew bar. You'll notice the Arab.
Now I really want to know, like, what is it that makes Turkish pistachios special, different, delectable compared to California pistachios? Is it varietal? I mean, probably. I'm sure the Turks have different varieties than we do here in California, than the Resners do. Wonderful.
On this one, because we're launching at Starbucks across the Middle East.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it goes great with
Arabic
coffee.
packaging. But again, I think like this is the French.
Dude, he's in Starbucks?
launching
What?
Starbucks in Spain.
Oh, nice.
As well, or France.
Yo.
Yeah, Spain and France actually. But again, yeah, I think kind of what you see is what you eat. Super transparent. If you're a cashew lover, this is mostly cashews and not much else. Same thing with pistachios. Most bars, they're covered, you can't see them, and they may have a cashew flavor or a pistachio flavor, but maybe there's just a couple pistachios in the entire bar.
Yeah.
This is like full of pistachios. So
Yeah.
I think, it starts with the ingredients. We're obsessive about our ingredients. We're obsessive about origin and varietals and where they come from.
Oh,
and
music to my
the
ears,
quality
brew.
Of the incoming
Music.
ingredients, not only in terms of
Varietals.
food quality, but also just in terms
Quality.
of sustainability and ethical sourcing, and kind of knowing where they come from and how people are treated on the ground. Also, kind of from sort of
I mean, in a big way, that's what people are entrusting you with when they buy your stuff.
Every one of our nuts.
They're trusting that
we
you
know the
bought these
suppliers.
things
Yep.
And
from
that
good
we
people.
know- we
That
know
you're a good person and you bought
processes.
you
you visit
source
a
your
lot of
materials from good
So I
people.
don't just look at this as commodity nuts.
Yeah, okay. See, that's an interesting thing.
That
Yeah.
go in. I'd say most bars in this country come from large co-manufacturers, and the commodities are just the commodities. They're the same, chopped cashews they put in every bar they make.
Yeah.
And we're very, very specific about kind of where the raw materials, the ingredients come from, the quality of the ingredients, but also kind of the backstory.
But now I have to ask, again, why the Turkish pistachios then? If it's all about that sourcing, why? Because maybe this is ethno or national centric of me as an American, and he did just say that his bars are about to go into stores in the Middle East, so this would be contrary. But at least here in America, if you're going into an American Starbucks, wouldn't there be a better story of I got these pistachios from, so-and-so, the 4th generation farmer in outside of Dinuba, California or something? I don't know, just throwing it out there. A lot of pistachio farmers in California.
So ethical sourcing, which
Yes.
is important to us, and I think important to more and more consumers all the time. So we're starting to put these QR codes on the back.
To be fair, the Turks are crushing it with their agricultural production and their agricultural exports, man. You see a lot of why is my max speed that high? Why's my max speed set to 77? Yeah, FSD is still just chilling at 58. I guess that's good. It's getting better context around what speed to maintain, and not just to jackrabbit up to the maximum speed setting. Because I was at 77 there. Anyways, the Turks are producing really good figs, all kinds of dried fruit. In fact, there's a lot of stuff in Costco these days. A lot of dried fruit in Costco, from the brand Nutty and Fruity, that came from Turkey, or Turkiye, as they pronounce it, as the proper way to pronounce
so
it now.
we don't have much room to communicate on our bags, but we think with QR codes, really
No, this is nice.
helping tell kind of the story of how our nuts are grown and harvested and processed, and why we pick them.
You'll go nuts for our nuts.
You've educated me a lot about just learning about South40 throughout the years, even just the cashew, for example.
Throughout the
sell
years.
these cashews,
Oh,
these raw
man.
cashews that are the biggest cashew I've ever seen. And then after that, I had trouble going back. Every time I saw a cashew, after that was oh, this is a small, crappy cashew. So you think of it as a commodity, but really each of these crops have all these different grades. And I think the QR code's awesome, because I do feel that's
Let's
one.
see, what does this say? Our W210 grade cashews are among the largest available. Only 210 cashews per pound. What? Yo, I love that. The nerd in me. Oh man, it's reminded me of when I was in avocados, and we had these different grades, because there would be 48s, 60s, 36s, 18s, and basically you had a standardized box, but within that box you could get different numbers of like paper packing crates that fit different numbers of avocados. So if the box was like that big, I think I'm getting that in frame, then a tray that could fit 18 would be 18s, and then you'd have 36, 48s, 60s, so on and so forth. And that would just be the number that would associate with the size of avocado. So, you know, that'd be like a number 48 avocado meant you could fit 48 of them in this standard size produce box. And learning here that there's a grade like that for cashews, that's like the ag nerd in me is just like gears grinding, like, ooh, 210 cashews per pound. Oh, that's so sick. So freaking cool that your brand decided to put that industry lingo on there, so someone like me who's obsessed with supply chains and ag stuff in general could learn about that.
And South40 could like
mad respect.
Go harder
That's
on is telling people about.
I don't know if that's necessarily important for mass appeal marketing, but to weirdos like me, you just tickle the fancy.
Kind of the story behind the ingredients, because so much goes into like creating this, and then I feel like that's like getting to the hill, and then the whole other battle is like, what now? How do you tell people about what you built? And like,
and that's a challenge,
not
you know,
greenwash.
frankly. I mean, I'm really we're experimenting, trying to figure out, you know, how do you tell the story without just using kind of the buzzwords that everybody uses. You know, talk about fair trade or sustainability. I mean, what does that mean exactly? It means a lot of different things. And also, I think
I think the way you do it is you get creators on the ground
exactly
to create video content.
And like you visited at all, like you actually visit the places and like these factories and like and go to all these crazy countries where you source the best ingredients. So can you talk a little bit about that? 'Cause I feel like that's a level where you're really going deep in the supply chain. And that's a big difference behind the scenes of what's happening.
Yeah, no, for sure. So the nut bars, for instance, you know, we have a partner in Greece, a family that's been making these bars for decades.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're very kind of traditional Greek or Mediterranean nut bars. Maybe not so unique there, but here super unique, because you go into the bar category and it's all protein, and you know, it's about, you know, the focus is on, you know, kind of building muscle mass and losing weight. We kind of take a different approach. This is really about taste and elevated taste. Good nutrition, good protein, more nuts than I think any other bar on the market. So you got good protein, but like we don't kind of tout protein. It's not.
You're not trying to like gamify the stats of.
It's not our positioning, and
yeah.
You know, and again, we have four ingredients.
Most
so you're not going to find these ultra processed.
That's a really interesting place to be in.
Fillers in our product, like it's just not. It impacts the taste.
And I would say you're almost the antithesis.
So is like where most bars are hyper functional and focused on serving people who go to gyms who are trying to like maximize their gains. He's made a bar that's maximizing the taste and the flavor. It's more of a you're getting more of like a culinary experience. That's interesting, man. This guy's a legend for a reason.
Bar, which we've seen Peter Rahal launch, and like it's funny because I saw he has.
And I caught that galley where you said like what I've learned from you over the years. You've been invested in this company for years.
You'll see the David team reply and be like,
oh man,
we're optimizing for like the cheapest, yummiest, most protein, like blah blah blah, and like using science to do it. So I feel like that's, in some ways, I almost respected how extreme they took that of like but I see these as like polar opposite.
Totally.
Kind of ends of the spectrum.
Peter's a great guy, and he's going to be super successful. There's plenty of people out there, and that's what they want.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I personally think that the kind of opportunity we're chasing is a much bigger market, because it's really kind of the mainstream market.
Not just for protein.
You know, it's why. Exactly. I mean, it's just. I think it's a much bigger market, and it's you know kind of less about trends, I think, and more kind of about kind of, you know, just kind of what ultimately, if you ask most people what they care about most in a bar, whether it's a energy bar, protein bar, nutrition bar, number one is always taste.
Yeah.
They always say taste.
I mean, for all food.
There you go. So, but no, I think kind of where it comes from, not only from the sort of the farm level, but kind of how the product is made. You know, it is somewhat artisanal, what we're doing here. And so, you know, the process is important. not made by a big co-manufacturer, kind of punching out bars for a lot of different brands. Same thing with our fruit bars. Our fruit bars come from Ghana in West Africa, and
That's cool.
Oh yeah. We got to show because this is a feat of like technology. Sorry, keep going though.
Yeah, no. So they're
Wow.
super interesting. Smallholder farmers.
West African
Africa,
mango.
Ghana, Ivory Coast.
What?
And the fruit.
I've never had a
is,
mango from
all
West
of the-
Africa. All the mango I've
the
had is
skin
like
from the
either from
pineapples, the mango,
Thailand
the
or
shells from the coconut. It's all used to kind of power the facility where the process.
It's either from Thailand or the Philippines.
Where the bars are produced. So we think that's pretty cool, and just the people behind it.
That is very
what
cool.
They're doing for the communities there is
the
super
facility
impressive.
powered by
You can go to their website,
by pineapple, or not pineapple, by shells and ag waste.
It's a cool. You're supporting this whole supply chain with your purchase, and it seems like a very like doing the right way kind of supply chain.
Yeah,
which is cool.
we'd like to think so. I mean, look, after South40, I spent a lot of time traveling the world, and I find people who are doing amazing things and making amazing products. And if I see there's an opportunity to bring that to the U.S.,
I wonder what that travel vlog looks like, man.
And I was going to point out that this is 2 ingredients in this pineapple bar: pineapple, passion fruit juice. This one from the mango bar.
What you
literally
got to
just has
do,
only
man, to
mango.
really market,
I think the mango
to take stuff like this to the next level. I
so
feel
it's like
like
these
is
are
like
literally-
you find those like those creators who are like just gifted, talented, amazing travel content creators, and get them to visit with your producers and visit your supply chain. Like I mean, there's like Drew Binsky, like those guys. Like, man, you imagine him like visiting the farms in Ghana that are making your mango bars, bro.
Just like ingredients
With you?
can pronounce, ingredients and I feel like I said it was like a feat of technology, which might sound like an exaggeration, but getting this shelf-stable product from Ghana, and actually also when you're dehydrating it, you're compressing it, and so instead of like shipping the fresh mangoes, you're consuming this bar. It's like you're not going to get really good fresh mangoes from Africa or some tropical place, let's say in Seattle across the US. But this, you can dehydrate them and like pack that nutrition so densely.
They rehydrate them.
And oh really?
Well, I think there's a process. If you think about it, mangoes, they get harvested, they need to be frozen.
Our mango is sourced from smallholder farms in Ghana and Ivory Coast, regions known for growing the world's finest tropical fruits. Oh man, they do multi-cropping and agroforestry. Oh, that's badass. It's like, they're more like technical ways of saying permaculture. But I wonder, I'm sure there are exotic fruit growers and exotic fruit collectors there in Ghana, and I wonder what the exotic fruit collections in Ghana must be like, man. There's a lot of cacao is grown there too. Yeah, cacao beans.
I think like a couple of weeks, because they're going to turn. They're going to change.
Oh, like what? Past ripeness.
Yeah. So they get sliced, they get frozen, and then they get turned into strips, or they get turned into bars. And that's kind of the process. But yeah, I mean I think the mango out of West Africa is the best in the world. And again, it's one ingredient, just mango. I think our main competitor in the fruit bar space has a mango flavor, but it's apple with a little bit of mango. Right? So
and even the level of like talking to your supplier or your partners who help you with the mango, like talking about the brick level, like they're testing the sugar content.
Oh,
each mango
what?
that comes in to make sure
They're
it's
doing
like
brix testing?
the right caliber mango for the fruit bar. So it's not just like these are like the leftover bad mangoes, which I'm sure, I don't know how that all works, but like I just thought it was cool to hear about the thoughtfulness of even the mangoes that come into that facility are like, they're so carefully selected. And then it makes me feel special, like as a consumer, of, like I'm on the
brix
go, I
testing.
have 2 seconds, and like just before this podcast I had a mango bar, and I like rip it open and I get this amazing like fresh kind of tasting mango from Ghana with just mango. Like that's what I want to consume. And so I feel like that's what kind of inspired me about
making me hungry, making me want to try this, Gally.
These like healthy, simple
Making me
foods
want to
that
order a
seems
box
like
of these
kind
as a
like
gift for
lost touch
someone.
with. And it's like, let's use the technology to
Someone
make it
who
a
might like and
shelf-stable,
subscribe.
perfectly simple package that gets to me like this, not put all this crap in it. So
yeah, I mean, look, the world's a complicated place. Food has become very complicated. But our whole thing is snacking doesn't need to be, and it shouldn't be.
Like that.
It just doesn't need to be. So
Yeah.
that's why when we talk about kind of back to basics, that's really kind of what we're all about.
And I feel like South40 is such a cool company because it seems like, like this bar space, I keep telling you, I'm like, you gotta hype people up. This has $1 billion potential. Like the Kind bar sold for $5 billion. Kind bar's all right. I think South40 is better, but when I researched and looked into that, I was like, wow, like this is a huge category.
Yeah.
And the way that snacking works is super fascinating. You have people build brands.
We're chilling
like
here going
breakneck
60 on this back
pace,
road.
making
People like
zero
flying
money
by us. It's kind
for,
of crazy to me.
Years just scaling revenue, and then they almost get.
I gotta say, like the biggest transformation in my experience of going places with full self-driving is the feeling of there's no rush. I mean, granted, you don't want to be late. You want to get there on time. But if it takes a little bit longer because you're riding, your autonomous car is driving slower, who cares? Just leave earlier. Because it's not like you have the stress of driving the car on your mind, sitting on your back like a monkey. Just sitting here chilling, reacting to videos. Like, if it takes 5 more minutes because I'm going 58 instead of going 65 or something, or 70, I mean, maybe it takes longer than that, but who cares? It's just 10 more minutes. I can sit here, chill, react to Galley, learn about the snack industry getting disrupted by mangoes that have been brix tested. What? For context, guys, brix testing, as far as I know, brix testing is really only standard in the wine industry. So in the wine industry, they do brix testing, which is like a little light refractometer. It's like this little device, looks like a periscope, and you drip some juice onto it, and then you look at it, and it captures light from the area, and it's able to roughly estimate the brix content, which is really a measure of dissolved solids. It's roughly analogous to sugar, but it's not all sugar that's in brix. Like there's certain amounts of like minerals and vitamins and stuff that's in there, but a lot of it is sugar. So brix content, when they do it in the wine industry, they take the wine grape and they press it, they get some of the juice, they put it on the brix refractometer, and they determine like what brix level they need in order to harvest that wine grape so that you got enough sugar to get the fermentation process going. Now there's a whole subculture of nerdy ass people in agriculture who believe in doing this brix testing to all kinds of different food products, even on vegetables, which we don't necessarily think of as sweet, but vegetables could still have like a high brix content. And a lot of that brix won't necessarily be sugar. It'll be like those vitamins and minerals and other dissolved things in the vegetable sap, right? And that's a pretty ingenious indicator of product quality in terms, not just product quality, but nutrient density, right? Where typically the more nutrient dense something is, the more intense it's gonna taste. Because you don't just have higher sugar content with that higher brix, you got like higher minerals, higher vitamins, like I was saying, So hearing that these guys brix test their mangoes, like, ooh, that's how you know they're really obsessed with quality. Because otherwise, the main things that we use for measuring quality in terms of agricultural produce, they're really superficial things like, oh, the size of it. Is it a number 48 avocado? That must be better than those tiny little number 60s. Like, or color, right? Appearance, lack of blemishes. But like, that doesn't necessarily mean it has more vitamins and minerals in it. Brix does though. That's why this guy's a boss. And like, in a sense, since he's here with his like second or third bite at the apple, like he already sold Sahaley Snacks, and this is his next snack line. He's got like he's got the cachet, he's got the capital, he's got like the space to really go at it, just to do exactly what he wants, man. Even if it might make a little bit less money or might be a little lower margin than cutting certain corners here and there, I mean, I guess that's why he's still in it, right? Like this is genuine passion. Like this dude sold his snack company that he started, became a legend, and is back to bite into the snack industry again. And it's no longer like at that point, like, is it really still about the money? I mean, sure, like everything has to make money, but the overriding reason has to be because he just loves snacks and he wants to brix test the fucking mangoes to make the best fucking mango bar.
Very unique. Like, could you give us a little bit of why is the food industry so like that? Kind of like you come up in M&A and then you get swooped, you know?
Yeah, well, I think, emerging brands grow up and they take shelf space away from some of the legacy products and brands that are there, and they typically get bought by large CPG companies, consumer product goods companies. That's usually what happens. And part of the reason for that is that the large companies also kind of aren't at the forefront of innovation. It's hard for them to do. And so, they buy the emerging brands that are bringing innovation and something new to the category. And then, what often happens is once they're bought, they kind of run their course. They get tired.
Tesla towing a horse trailer.
New. Sometimes they lose their
Interesting.
way, and some companies do a better job than others in terms of kind of maintaining the mojo.
Yeah, the
brand.
Excellence of the brand. It seems like they put the shitty mango in the second they buy you out or whatever,
I think a lot of companies.
Exactly what I was thinking, Gally.
I think some companies, they're also not well positioned to sell premium brands. If they have a lot of other more commoditized products or brands, and that's kind of their legacy brands, and that's what they're selling.
I think one of the key things he said there was like shelf space, right? A new brand comes up, they start to compete for the shelf space in the store, and then the massive monster conglomerate is like, oh shit, you're getting into my store? I better buy you out. But the internet is changing all of that, because it's like if Mr. Beast can come in out of nowhere, jump off the top rope and start selling the crap out of his Mr. Beast bars, his Feastables, and like what does shelf space matter in a all online like direct to consumer internet marketplace thing, when someone like Gally Russell or another travel vlogger or whatever can be selling your shit on YouTube to be delivered to you through like Amazon fulfillment, FBO, FBA, right? Like that, something about that whole thing is gonna break down eventually, like roughly when Amazon eats Target.
A certain
that whole like
brand, and if it's more premium or a better
emergence and acquisition thing that he was just describing.
A fish out of water for them. They're just not that well equipped to sell it well.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a fun space to be in, because the retailers are always looking for something new, unique, highly differentiated. Whether or not that's kind of really what they go deep with or not depends on the retailer, but they're all looking for that. They're looking to kind of spruce up their mix, and so it's a fun space to be in, especially if you have something that is truly differentiated, unique, and elevating a category. I'd say the one thing that has changed the most is the internet. Social media. Because the reality is that's how most people learn about new cool products today, is social media.
Like what's hot on TikTok.
Absolutely. And so I think, you have to kind of be involved in that. You've got to at least try and figure it out, as best you can. Some folks nail it. Some brands do. Everybody tries. Few nail it, I would say, in terms of kind of, creating TikTok videos that go viral or what have you. I mean, it's it's hard to do.
Yeah, the content game. I like that twist of like what impact has the internet had on food.
I think that's the biggest
is the way the marketing works.
And I think the fact that people have more information,
marketing and direct sales,
accessible to them. They are more savvy, about what to ask for, what to look for. And again, that ties right into kind of ingredients and minimally processed ingredients and fewer ingredients and that whole transparency piece that we were talking about. I think that is part of why that's just so important today.
Yep.
You know.
And I feel like you had a super innovative launch strategy, which is you started with sunflower seeds, and you put them in the produce aisle of the grocery store in like these buckets. So I thought that was so innovative of like positioning it, like that's innovation, but it's like just different placement in the store kind of like now we're, you know, this is a natural like fruit thing. We want to be near the fruits and veggies, not like you know, with these like all the bars and cereals and like things that last forever on the shelf with a gazillion ingredients. This is like a natural kind of thing. So
well, I think what's really important is the context in which people discover a great new product, right? I mean, do you discover a great new product because you're walking down the center store of a grocery store? Or do you discover a great new product because you pick it up in an airport or on an airplane or at your gym or, you know, yoga studio or what have you? I just think it's like the context in which people discover products is really important. So, you know, we really focus a lot on those channels where people are going to pick up something new and try it. And so that's I think central to our strategy. The other thing, you know, being a bar company versus maybe a chip company or some other company is you really can sell it almost everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, we call it our ubiquity strategy, really trying to show up everywhere. And I think, you know, that's important for an emerging brand and how it grows. I think when people say, "Oh gosh, you know, I see that product everywhere."
Interesting. And so, tell us a little bit more about that. Like, why did you pick? Clearly, you think the bar is like a big form factor for snacks and how we consume stuff. Like, why? What's your kind of vision there?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think like it's a category. I mean, not only is it highly accessible, it's on the go. You know, cafes and yoga studios, wherever people, you know, pick up energy bars. But again, I mean, I was looking at it from the standpoint of how do we elevate the category and really disrupt
I'm like
the category.
looking at the comments, the comments to this video on the channel on my phone while it's playing on my iPad while I'm skirting down Highway 18 on FSD.
Really good food.
Yeah.
So that's
this is the robo-taxi future, guys. We're here. We're here.
It's just I don't buy
category
bars, but when I eat these bars, I'm like, wow, like that is a snack I can really, you know, get behind.
Yeah, and I feel like it feels like something your no-no would have made, like just like some pistachios with a little honey. Like, you know,
it's a handful of nuts, really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a little handful of nuts. It's just
pistachios and honey
and accessible, you know, in the form factor of a bar.
Sounds good.
It is like a handful of nuts.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Can it drop ship to an Amazon locker so I can pick it up while I'm living on the road? That's the question.
Innovation.
It's the question. We're not going to make it.
Another line
Stop.
of bars too that are just really tremendous.
A human driver would have hit that yellow.
Insane.
A human driver would have sped up there.
Insanely
I think
good.
similar ethos, simplicity, transparency, but with a few little surprises as well in there. And so I think I'm super excited about that innovation.
Interesting.
And I think, you know, again, thinking of it as a platform of bars. So you've got nut bars, you've got fruit bars, and then you have these new bars. And thinking of them, each one kind of, you know, addressing a different consumer, maybe not.
Or different mood.
Or usage occasion. Really
Yeah.
kind of a different usage occasion. You might want something a little less sweet or more savory, you know, depending on the day or the time, I should say. And then the fruit bars, I think, in terms of, you know, really thinking of,
Yo, I want to spitball an idea here, man. Like, instead of having bars individually wrapped like this, or I'm curious if anyone in the bar industry has even thought of this. Instead of individually wrapping them like this so that you have all of these individual trashes every time you eat them, what if you put like 20 of these MFs into like a sealable vac, like a resealable Ziploc, you know, kind of thing, so that it's like way less food waste, you know? Man, and that might increase the consumption, because I think psychologically, right? Like if you got a big bag and it's got the zip top at the top, right? You tear off the top, you open it, and there's like 40 of these mangoes in there, or not 40, like 20 of these mango sticks in there. You grab one, you eat it, and then you just might be like, fuck, I want another one. That was so good. Then you open it and you reach back in, you grab another one. Before you know it, you've eaten 3 of them. Whereas if they're individually cellophane wrapped, once you crack one open, you eat it, it's like the fact that you reach the end and now you have this piece of plastic cellophane. It's the signal to your brain like, oh, you're done, that's it. Versus if they were in a resealable bag, I mean, you'd have less waste. And I think it would change completely change the vibe of the product. It would make it feel even more like it's like you're eating dried fruit and not like a bar. I don't know. I mean, maybe that idea needs more time to settle and percolate. But I just think about how I might eat those, like living on the road, if I was living in this Model Y, you know, because I would keep that on me. I'd keep it in here, and just grab one out, and then walk out the car. You know, go on the hike, like eat it there. Like, wouldn't need it to be necessarily like individually packed. I don't know who this 951 number is, but I want to hear from him.
I think of it more and more as a fruit snack versus like a bar, because I think for kids, I mean, kids really love these bars. We have these new minis that are also so awesome. They're kind of,
this is a mini pistachio.
Yeah, we have
super cute.
I don't know if we have any.
There you go.
Some minis around here, but
those minis like
are,
bulk pack minis
mini
in a large
like,
Ziploc.
Tell me that's not the cutest little snack. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just a little bit of sugar, nothing added. It's all natural sugar, but I think
20.
Moms are going to feel really
like
good
20 of those in a tear off top Ziploc.
So
you know,
big opportunity with these minis.
maybe even a Mylar bag. Although
Well,
if
yeah,
it's
think of
Mylar, you
think
can't
of a
see
bar
into it.
platform
You want
with
the
different
transparent, right?
And kind of different, different tastes.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty exciting that we're doing that.
And I think it has so much potential. We've always gone back and forth like, what is
was
the
this
new
food's
products?
name?
What kind of things are you scheming on? I feel like you really
Josh Schroeter. Josh Schroeter, South40
and the more I
Snacks.
kind of like come to appreciate it. I'm like, wow, like there's a reason why this is such a big piece of the category. And it's like, I think a big part of it too is it's like a single use.
Mm-hmm.
Like so many other snacks, it's like, oh, it's a bag, but what am I going to do with the chip bag when I eat half of it and then I roll it up and then it's like getting stale?
Oh, the counterpoint.
Like, I don't know. That's kind of what I
Galley's
think.
just countering me right here.
Like this is the thing, and then the minis, single use if you want smaller, I think is super cool.
I think the other thing that we're having fun with is, we're becoming a global company, which wasn't necessarily intentional, but the products are made over there. We're also starting U.S. production of the nut bars just to keep up with the demand. But the bars are, originally from Greece.
Yeah.
And we're still working with our partners over there and making the bars, but we're able to ship from Greece, to France, to Spain, to the Middle East.
So
and
that's
with
efficient,
with a partner like Starbucks, that's pretty cool launch partner. So and the interesting thing also is that in that part of the world, nuts, it's already so central to their diet and their tastes and what they like.
Yeah.
So I think we've had a nice opportunity over there.
And I like what you said about like the Grease bars. It's like these are artisanal. Like that's my favorite word. You always make fun of me for it. But I'm like, but you're like these are actually
I'm
artisanal.
starting to adopt the word too.
Yeah. It's my favorite
noticed?
word. Yeah. No, I do think the bars are artisanal, and that whole, it's like they're. I don't want to say chefs, but like they have to be cooked.
Yeah.
It's not like. It's kind of this interesting balance of like mass production versus like the specialized touch,
Well, I
and
think
it's not easy to do.
Artisan scale.
Artisan scale.
Artisan scale. So that's that's literally
Interesting.
what we're doing. It's an artisan process, and how do you scale it?
Mm-hmm.
The larger equipment's up, but it turns out it's just not so trivial.
Yeah.
It's there's some definitely some science and technology in order to do that well, but we're figuring it out.
And so what do you think about the future of like the kind of consumer preference of food in America? Like that's one big reason I love being like supporting South40 and being invested is I'm like, this is what people should eat. Like 4 ingredients, we can pronounce them all. Like it's like simple food from great farms all over the world, like the best quality stuff. Not gonna break.
It's only 86 degrees outside, not too hot yet.
So I'm curious, like, is that?
But it's also
obviously
only
the
10
whole
in the
natural
morning.
Organic food movement's been going, but I'm curious if it's really like, as easy on the back end, or like, do you really see people adopting that, or what,
Yeah.
how do you think the food industry goes, kind of balancing real ingredients but also the tech innovation?
Well, look, I mean, natural's been happening for a while, right? I mean, last 20 years or more. It's natural, better for you food is not a trend. It's not a blip. It's a really sort of seismic shift in consumer behavior, a revolution, if you will, and it's here to stay. It's not going away. I think we believe that the next kind of real push is exactly how we're positioning our products, which is kind of transparency and simplicity, and back to basics. And
Transparency,
I think,
that's true.
That's really
high
the
quality.
most important thing.
That's inherent, endemic to the product, and that quality can be things like the nutrient indicator of the brix, but inherent to the quality of the product is also going to be how it was made, who made it, and are they happy? Or was this made by happy humans? Was this produced by people who are living a good life, right? I think that's what people are going to want to see from their products, especially from things like this that are, low tech. There isn't, I guess there could be some technological development, innovation on the varietal side, maybe. But there are certain things that have been good for so long, like Turkish pistachios. It's like been good for so long. Why change it?
I mean, it's
Maha, make America healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he only needs 3 ingredients, he says.
The R.F. Kennedy shout out. Oh man.
Maybe he'll make an exception with our nut bars. But anyway, no, I think it's a movement. It's a movement, but I think it's also,
that's funny.
It's not like just a trend.
Yeah.
I think, it's people want to know about their food, where it comes from. If they can see it, all the better. You walk into the produce department.
Back at another supercharger, in part to kill time, but in part to prepare for the drive back. But I got old clothes and stuff in here I want to donate to a thrift store. Thrift store doesn't open until 10. We got 10 minutes. Might as well supercharge for 10 minutes. Let's grow.
Of a grocery store and you pick up a piece of broccoli. You know what you're getting. You're not looking for,
and you pick for the best one.
You're not looking for an ingredient statement or something. Organic or non-organic, but it's broccoli.
Yeah.
And you can count on it. So, I think similarly, you pick up one of our pistachio bars, you can count on, the world's best pistachios in a simple nut bar that's delicious.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so keep it simple. We like to say less is more or less.
Interesting. I like it. So what's I guess we can wrap it up. What's like anything to hype up for South40? What's next? We've got, sounds like some new bar flavors coming, which I'm personally insanely excited for.
Yeah.
But what else? And you guys can do in the minis or in Starbucks in Europe. I mean, you're all over the U.S. with these bars. If you see one, definitely go try one.
Yeah. Well, we have some great new retail.
Pistachio is my favorite, but yeah, sorry.
We have some great new retail partners coming on this year and next year. So it's just execution, man. It's just at this point, it's. Really
I'm curious where are these guys at.
And opening up domestic production is going to be key for us. So, what we're doing, we're going to have European production and U.S. production, and being able to serve, multiple markets is a big focus for us. And I think just it's an emerging brand, and so the heavy
try and find them. Destiny product locators.
It all is about brand awareness and getting people to pick it up. For that, if they pick it up one time, that first time, we're pretty confident we've got them hooked. So it's really like, what can we do to do that and do that effectively, cost effectively, and
see if they're in any stores in Victimville.
Really kind of get
what we
stand for. So that's a process.
Yeah. Well,
figuring it out.
We're in the
you
Albertsons.
guys are going to
You're
crush it.
helping us.
I mean,
All
I've
right.
seen South40
I'm gonna have to
go
stop
from
by
the
there. I'm
sunflower
gonna stop
seeds
by there.
Constantly innovating
Stop by the Albertsons.
products, finding what fits, growing and growing. So, been super cool. So thank you for the time. I know this was a little bit different of a podcast than usual, but I mean, this is one of my favorite companies I've been investing in for 4 years now. And right here in Seattle,
4 years?
based,
Yo,
so I feel like it's
Gally, you've been in this company for 4 years, and Gally's been in this company for 4 years. They're going international. They're getting their shit into Starbucks all across the Middle East, like in Dubai and stuff. Oh, talk about a deal that's got you caked up. I bet, bro. I bet.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll have to have you back when some new products launch.
Let's do it.
So let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
That was a cool ass video. I'm actually gonna.
What comes after humanoid?
That was a cool ass video from Gally. Oh man, his next video is he's got the Arkimoto shirt on. Oh God, just trolling people. Oh man. I mean, I won't lie. I lost a little bit on the Arkimoto deal, but that's my fault. I passed up on my opportunity to get out at a huge gain, but in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that much. Anyways, W video, Gally, loved it. I'm gonna have to check out South40 at Albertsons probably in the next 10 minutes. I'll fire this camera back up when I'm in there and I find it. West Coast. I'd be really curious how quickly I can find these things. Because one of the things that he said in the video is that you can find these not in the snack aisle, but in the produce aisle. So I came across the snack aisle first, so I'll look in the snack aisle first. Got all of the usual suspects, sugary nonsense, all the usual suspects as far as chips and stuff goes. More sugary nonsense, sugary drinks, and Pringles. Holy crap. Adobo shrimp Pringles. So many Pringles flavors. Wow. It has been so long since the last time I've even looked at a Pringles, like forgotten what they do. Okay, so here we are. Beef jerkies, chicken snack sticks, whole almonds, whole cashews. Ooh, that's interesting. Immunity snack mix with adaptogens. Let's see. What have you got in here? The usual suspects, and then they just threw some reishi and ashwagandha at the bottom. Okay. Probably not getting a very good dose. Okay, you got overjoyed, you got, all right, let's see. So, let's see what I can find. What can I find? Pocky, like baked stuff, Korean stuff, interesting. All right. How long will it take to find it? Because I haven't even found like the protein bars, you know? You would expect, I mean, oh, some dried fruit. That's it bar. I think maybe it might be in here. Let's see. I wonder, like, what rules are there? Certain rules I should follow in this little scavenger hunt? Like, if I can't find it, does that mean that that's it? Or, oh my God, Skittles gummies. It's like that. That is the type of nonsense that I am. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Kisses? What? Okay, so now we're in the produce area. He said he tries to get his stuff into the produce area. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see. Seasoned to perfection. Grilled. Stacy's chips. Oh, all the usual stuff. How's it going? I'm trying to find the, what was the snack called? The South40 snacks. Do you guys have that? I saw online that you carry it.
South40 snacks?
Yeah.
What are they exactly?
They're like fruit bars, like fruit and nut bars.
If I have that, it should be on aisle 1.
On aisle 1?
Yeah, with my healthy bars and all that.
Okay, I'll take a look. I'll see if I can find it. Thank you, appreciate it.
We're not filming, are we? Because I have a public business.
Okay.
If we trade it, we can't film it.
Okay, no problem. So here's the aisle in the Albertsons bar, or Albertsons. Looking for these bars. You see Kind, RX, Power Crunch. They should be in here somewhere. I'll keep looking, see if I can find them. So just leaving the Albertsons right now. Got scolded a little bit for filming in here. Allegedly, you're not supposed to film in Albertsons. Fortunately, I'm not in Albertsons anymore. Unfortunately, I could not find the South40 snacks. I looked through the aisle. I saw Lara bars, RX bars, That's It bars, all that sort of stuff. And then I looked around the produce area, all the little spots under the produce where they have like some nuts and dried fruits and stuff. Didn't see them there either. So maybe that's a little bit of information that needs to be updated on the website, because Albertsons up here in the high desert did not have the South40 snacks, unfortunately. So I'll have to look forward to testing those out another time. Won't be able to get that test and reaction on this same video. Maybe I'll order them. Maybe I'll order them. Anyways, that's that.